I am here with Victorian Mcpherson. She is the owner of Koffee and Grind. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. When I heard your story, I was just like, oh my God, I have to talk to this lady. I have to hear what she's all about. I just love everything. So thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Hey, everybody.
So before we get started with the interview, guys, I just wanted to kind of give y'all a little background of how me and Victorian connected. So we were in a clubhouse meeting together, and it was a great meeting. I really enjoyed it. It was all Black women. We were just really bouncing marketing ideas off of each other. And I had been in the meeting for a while, and then Victorian came in, and she, just told us how she got started with her coffee business. And I'm not going to tell you everything. I want her to tell her story, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, you meet some amazing people when you're just using these different outlets that we have with Clubhouse and just networking virtually, since we are unfortunately still in quarantine and still pandemic. So, Victorian, if you could go ahead and tell us your story about how you got to where you are now.
Okay. And once again, thank you so much for having me. Clubhouse is like the bomb. I keep telling people, if you have an iPhone, you need to be on this app because it truly puts you in places and positions where we would not be if it was a pandemic. So the pandemic kind of is like a win or lose situation. It's just too much. However, so I'm glad to have met you on the Clubhouse. So my story is I always love coffee. I am an avid coffee drinker. I'm telling you, my best job is Starbucks. Like I always tell people that was one of my favorite jobs. I was like, I love working there. I love the encounter with the people. I'm a people's person. So of course, this virtual world is like, because I love to be in front of people and talking to them and just knowing their story. So I'm before the coffee, was and still am a licensed hairstylist in Florida, but I transitioned to Atlanta. I was like, I'm done with Florida. I'm just over it. It has to be something bigger than Florida. I've done all that I can do here. I think that I tapped out of the market. I was doing motivational speaking. I was doing so much things in the community. I was like, I'm just over it. I want to start over. I want to do something new. Moved to Atlanta. 2 months within me moving to Atlanta, I moved in with a friend. She had terrible money management skills. And before I got there, she was already behind in rent. So I was the individual catching up on her rent only for us to get evicted, right? So 2 months, I'm in Atlanta. Now I'm homeless. I have never been homeless a day in my life. Now I'm like, okay, this is all new. So I'm like, I need money coming in. I started driving Uber. I started working in the salons, just putting money up. So of course I didn't know anyone here. I was sleeping in my car sometimes. One of my good friends who we had the salon with, I had a salon with in Florida. Her son lived here. So she was like, well, just stay at my son's house sometimes and go to my brother's house sometimes. So I was in between my car, her son's house, her brother's house. And then God just so dope. My client was living here and she ended up calling me. She's like, I need to come get my hair done. We talked. She was like, Vicky, just move in with me. So I ended up moving in with her. Still didn't have a stable job because COVID hit. Then my clientele started dwindling. The clientele that I did not really have because I'm new to the city. I'm trying to get out there, network, get people in the chair, but now it's a pandemic. Nobody's coming in the chair because at this point the virus was so new. We didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, okay, so I'm driving Uber, still grinding, just grinding. The stimulus check hit, and it was either get some clothes because that's what we do. I invest, get some bundles. And I said, what do I have to lose? Because I always wanted to own my coffee line. Now, pausing before the coffee line, I wanted to just be a coffee blogger and just go to different people, places and write about it. And I said, I'm going to just open up my own stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this $1,200 and I'm going to take everything out of my savings account and I'm going to start researching the best roasters that I can find. And I'm going to just put all my money in it. I ended up finding an adult roaster. I put all my money in it. So it took them like a month. And then they were based out of New York. So that even put a hold on everything because at that point, the virus was just crazy in New York. So it ended up coming into 2 months. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not gonna get my coffee. So I ended up getting my coffee within the same week when Starbucks said their racist comment and BM went crazy. And I promoted so heavy on Facebook, I sold out of my coffee within that month. Then I reordered, got another shipment of coffee, sold that out. And then after that, the holidays came in. So it was just constantly promoting, constantly promoting. And now here I am on Clubhouse. Any room I'm getting in, I'm like, listen, I'm the owner of Coffee and Grind, coffee made for creatives. Like, let's go. And I'm telling my story, and here I am. So yeah, that's it.
God is good.
It's so dope.
Oh my goodness. Just when you thought like everything was just done for, like I'm sure when you became homeless and especially when the pandemic hit, I'm sure you had your days where you just felt defeated. But look at where you are today. I love, love, love that. So with you coming into the coffee business, and the reason why your story was so dope to me, so inspirational, is because I have never heard of a Black woman owning her own coffee business. I love coffee. You saw it right before we got started with our meeting. I was drinking my coffee. Like, I love coffee. So I was like, oh, yes. So when you started your business as a Black woman, did you feel like it was more challenging for you to tap into this industry, and not even so much tap into the industry, but also reaching out to different roasters or different companies
Yeah.
to get your business going because you were a Black woman?
Yeah. And not only that, it was more challenging because when God give you something and it's like, who none of my friends don't know about coffee like that. So I couldn't go to the people that I would go when it was dealing with hair or if it was dealing with fashion, because this is totally out of their realm. So now I'm calling, asking around because I don't know that much about wet beans. And I was like, what is that? Like, it was just a whole nother lingo that I wasn't used to. I'm used to being the barista that is at Starbucks. I have a love for coffee and I know how to make you a bomb drink, and that's that. But then when I started researching and like, oh my God, these beans come from Africa, or these beans come from Colombia, these beans are roasted at this certain level. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna sound so stupid calling these people because I really don't know. I just know that my desire is to own my own. So some people were helpful and some people
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. And the ones that wasn't helpful, I just graced them and I chucked it up. Like, it's okay because you don't know me, you don't know what I got going on, you don't know if I'm just trying to get valuable information, because I do understand when you research or when you get stuff from the mud or however you get it, it's like I'm not going to give you anything because I don't research. You got to do your part too. So I just started researching, and whoever um was pleasant enough to answer my questions, I talked their ears off. I was like, yeah, you want to talk to me? And I'm sending emails like at my job, like, hey, what's going on? Tell me what is this? How about this? And I ended up started bringing my coffee to. I did a focal group at my job. They didn't know I was doing a focus group.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all try these beans, and I would just always make them try what is best and how they like it. And I will go back and I will tell my vendors like, hey, this is what they're saying. And whoever was the most pleasant with helping me, that's who I went with, because I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to invest my money in a company that didn't care less about what I had going on, even if I didn't know what I was doing. I needed to be coached, and I ended up finding great mentors within my vendors.
So, what would you say has been up until now? Because whenever we start a new business or a new venture, we're never going to have those easy moments. But I want my viewers, when they see your interview and hear your story, because it's so amazing, I want them to know if there were any struggles, how you overcame them. So, what were some of the struggles that you've had to endure, and how have you overcome them to get you to this point?
Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, I can post up a Mercedes Benz picture and y'all will go crazy and like it, and that may not even be me. I'm so transparent. I'm transparent with everything I do because it's not always glitz and glams. Like, I just posted on Facebook. I told them, I said, success looks different depending on how you view success. You may view success as having money in your pockets. You may view success as having a Benz. You may view success as having the finest clothes on. For me, my success right now is making sure these orders go out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a struggle when I was homeless because I didn't think that this was even gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I, with that being said, it's a mind thing. Like, and so even in my mind, sometimes I had my breaking points when I cried because those were my darkest nights. Like, man, I don't. How is this gonna work? How, God, you giving me something, but in front of me, it don't look like what you said to me. Now, am I stupid? You know, even and we can read the Bible from the bottom to the top. We can encourage ourselves, but I'm telling you, until we start seeing things come to fruition, until we start seeing things manifesting, and we're like, okay, we got this. But I was talking to myself like, just girl, you got this. It's okay to cry, and for us strong people, because I know I'm strong, I had to move that out of the way and call my friends like, I need encouraging words. Like, I don't know how this is gonna happen. So when they got me out of the dark place, and then my business started picking up. Now I have to deal with people that are not doing the things that I paid for, I asked for. So I'm constantly rebranding. And even on my slow days, I have to motivate myself. I have to speak life into my business. If I don't get a sale, okay, so if you don't get a sale today, you better market. You better talk about Coffee and Grind until they tired of you talking about Coffee and Grind, until it forces people to let me go and see what she has going on. Even if you visit my site, that's good enough. Because I know if you keep coming there, if you keep hearing me, eventually you're going to buy it. And if you're not a coffee drinker, guess what? You're going to tell somebody else, oh, this girl had an amazing story. She opened up her own coffee line. Try her coffee out. I think that you should. So I'm going to keep talking about my stuff because I want my things to prosper. And I know what God promised me. And I'm just going to stand fast-footed on the promises of God. That's just me. I'm a believer. So I'm just going to stand on what God said is going to happen for me and my businesses.
Yes, yes. Keep being in their face. Keep being in their face. And I just love when I visited your Instagram, you are doing exactly what you say that you're doing right now. When I hop on my Instagram every day, I see a motivational video from you. You holding your coffee cup. And like you said, you have to speak that into your life. You speaking into your life as well as ours, because you are like clockwork every day with those videos, and I really love them. So I definitely keep that up, sis. Keep it up.
I'm not playing. I was like telling my friends, I was like, you better, my friend sells jewelry. I said, girl, every day, talk about your jewelry. Whatever you do, be the best you. Whatever you do, show up, be the best you, and promote. You have to. During the Super Bowl, we see so many commercials. Because that's what people pay for. People pay to be entertained. I'm going to entertain you. I'm going to give you this motivation, and I'm going to give you this coffee.
So I know that you said that you were doing motivational speaking prior to getting your business, your coffee business off the ground. Do you think that is something that you are going to continue to do, or will you more so just focus on your coffee business?
No, I still do motivational speaking, but because of the pandemic, everything slowed down, and then everything is like more so virtual. I just honestly got you. I just denied like 3 engagements. I'm just not comfortable with being amongst so many people. Like you just don't know. I was like, oh, I don't know about getting on a plane. That's the people coughing. I just can't. So if it's virtual, then I would do it. But being in front of people, I'm just not there yet. I'm just.
Yeah, I definitely understand. I definitely get it. So do you see yourself possibly having your own coffee shop? Is that a goal that you have once we're out of this pandemic?
Yes, like I am working. So I stopped doing the pandemic. I ended up going back into corporate America. So I work in finances now. I'm at the people job. I tell people all the time, that job is my silent investor. You're going to help me get to where I got to go. I'm working overtime because I want to open up my own brick and mortar. Like, I just want to be in people face. I want to know my customers. I want to know my customers like I knew my 7 a.m. shift when they came to Starbucks. I want to know exactly what you're getting. I want to, because I just think that coffee just brings people together. It's like a plate of food, a good coffee and some cake, girl. It's like, girl, hey, girl, got going on? No, like I want to be able to know my customers. I want them to feel at home and at peace. And I want to create a safe place, even in a coffee shop. So yes, I'm working at my silent investor.
Good.
To build capital in my business credit, so I can, that's my goal. That's my goal, is to just open up.
Perfect. 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 And I didn't ask you this in the beginning, but where are you from originally?
I'm from Miami.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Because I wanted
Everybody
to
thinks I'm
ask.
from New Orleans.
Yes, because that's where I thought you were from. Because I was like, it sound like a New Orleans accent, but yes, I could see Miami too. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody
So
says that. Mhm.
So one thing that I also wanted to kind of tap into is that I know that you had with your blog that you had prior to starting Coffee and Grind, you had your blog that focused on like fashion as well as being a coffee blogger. Or tell us a
Girl,
little bit about that.
it was just so crazy. I'm telling you, God would just dance, man. So I was a big time thrifter. I love thrifting. Like,
Hold on now, girl.
I love thrifting.
I am
Girl.
a thrifter to the death of me. I am like the thrift god.
I done brought some Michael Kors shoes. When I first moved, I found a Dooney and Bird bag. I was like, oh, okay, Atlanta. I love, girl.
Yes.
I am a thrifter. Okay. So I ended up, I'll never forget, I had another Instagram. So it was called Simply Adorn.
Mm-hmm.
Getting is that you just simply adore. And then I put on a thing, something about coffee as well. So I had merged my fashion and coffee together. And then I just kind of got too busy and I just stopped doing the thrifting. And I said, well, let me just switch it out and just push that into the coffee blogging. And I would visit different people. But at this time I was living in Tampa. So I was just visiting different coffee shops, taking pictures and just like writing up stuff. And then I was like I'll never forget, I was sitting at this place called Roasters. It's a nice, really, really nice place in Tampa. And I sat there and I said, I'm gonna open up my own stuff. I said, I'm just gonna open up I'm not writing nothing else. I'm gonna open up my own stuff. And I went to the salon. I told my friend Melissa, I said, Melissa, I'm gonna open up my own coffee beans. And she was like, Vic, do it. I said, I am. That's what I'm just.
Mm-hmm.
And we just spoke yesterday. She said, I'm just so proud of you that you really like taking it so serious. Like, you really serious from then this had happened 3 years ago. I was talking about this. I was like, that's it. Last year, I was like, I'm done. This is what I'm doing. And to stay up, I will always go to Dunkin' Donuts because they stay open a little later when I would do Ubering and Lyfting. And I said, I'm not going to be coming over here to y'all. I'm going to have my own stuff. I'm not sowing no more seeds into y'all stuff. That's it. I'm done. And yesterday night, was it 2 days of Thursday night, because I was off. I went to my Uber app and I said, let me post, because once again, we'll post stuff that looks great, but we never post the behind the scenes of how we got there. And I said, I never want to give nobody no fluff story because it's not easy. It's nothing pretty about hustling when you're trying to get it in. It's just not. And I posted the picture of my payroll from Uber, but on the payroll, my picture behind me was coffee beans. And I was telling them, I said, this is why I did it. Like, when I was out there, I will always look down at my phone like, girl, you're gonna have your own line. This is only temporary. And those moments just encourage me. And I'm just a firm believer of putting your vision where you can see it. Even if you spend the most time on your phone, put your logo on your phone so you can always be reminded, this is what I'm doing this for. At my job, I have Coffee and Grind, all my cards plastered in my office. I have my cups in my office. I have my coffee bags in my office because this is just a temporary position for me. I'm not going to be here always.
I love that. I love that so much. And just keeping it in your face, just always being reminded, like, I don't do fluff. I hate when I'm on Instagram or social media and all I see is the good from people. Like, I want to see the struggle. I want to see how you got to where you are. So I commend you for that. And whoever is following you and the future people that will be, I know that they will appreciate it for sure. So tell me how you came up with the name Coffee and Grind. I know that, I think I know why, but I want to know if there's anything deeper behind the name, because I love how you use K for coffee, because my name is Kristen with a K.
Yes.
But but tell me how you got that name, and what does that Coffee and Grind, what does that mean to you?
So Coffee and Grind, I wanted it to be different. I didn't want it to be your typical coffee. I didn't want it to put the C in. I was like, that's not even me. Like, I'm so urban, I could be urban and I could be bougie. Like I said, yeah, no, I want to do the K. And I just thought that it gave it a little more jazz to it. And the grind was actually a play off of words, because in order to get the beans to the coffee grinds, you have to grind it. Right. So I was like, I'm gonna play off the grind for the coffee beans, and then also incorporate that with your hustle. So every time I do my motivational speaks, I always say on my videos, grab your hustle in a cup, because if you get this coffee, you're gonna stay up. You're gonna keep hustling. And so I put coffee created for creatives, for late nights and early mornings, because we understand your grind. Add a little faith to your hustle and you will become unstoppable.
When I saw Coffee for Creators, I was like, oh, that's me. I'll be having so many long nights, so many early mornings. I have a 6 month and so a six
Oh,
month
you
old.
look
So I
good.
thank you, girl.
Congrats, girl.
Thank
You look
you.
good.
Thank you. And so it's just like I'm getting back into the swing of like being about my business, being about my hustle, and just trying to find that time. And so I know all about those late nights and early mornings. And
Yeah.
so that right there spoke to me with us creators, because it's hard enough just trying to stay creative and just trying to find that creative space and get it done. And once you find it, now you're tired, you're ready to go to bed. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So as a black woman, any industry that we try to tap into, I feel personally, we are going to have to work triple hard to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
And it's not fair, but at the end of the day, that's why we're black women, and that's why we're strong, and that's why we can conquer anything. So, what is it that you can tell our black women, our young black women, our young girls who are coming up with different amazing ideas and coming into their business, coming into their own, or someone who it may be your age or my age who is just still on the grind and just trying to get to that ultimate goal? What is it that you can tell those women to keep them going?
Don't stop. Don't don't stop. Your a no is just a protection from God, because maybe God just didn't even want you to work with him. Period. Like, okay, bye. Let me go on and ask. Don't stop. Don't even stop at the no. Change your perspective. Just say, God, this you're protecting me from something. I'm gonna move forward, because what I do know about no's, that thing turned back around full circle, and you'll be like, oh, I remember when such and such, but look what God did for me now. Um, and don't stop. Always, it's even when those no's come around, find ways. I remember when I was looking for somebody to do my website. Girl, I ain't had no money like that, because I had just did everything with the coffee. Now I gotta have a website. I gotta find somebody to do me a logo. Girl, I kept research. I found Fiverr. Like, who knew? Who knew about Fiverr? I didn't even know about Fiverr like that. I was like, oh, let me get on here. Let me talk to the people. I got I did Coffee and Grind logo came from Fiverr for $10.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those no's push you to keep researching. Those no's keep pushing you to be better. Those no's, whatever it is, just don't stop when you hear no. It's not the end of the world. You keep going. You don't have to sell your soul. You don't have to sell your body. You don't have to sell nothing. All you gotta do is trust God, even in the no. Trust God, because what I know is he is the Alpha, he's an Omega, he's the beginning, he's the end, and he always works the middle. He always works the middle when we are doing what it is that he called us to do. If you're walking in your purpose, all you got to do is step out. When I stepped out and when I finally released the coffee, people was sewing into my business, and they didn't even drink coffee. This is the God honest truth. I had a girl on Facebook text inbox me. She said, "What's your cash app?" I sent her my cash app because I ain't need to play. I was like, "Hold on, girl, this is my first last name." I sent her the cash app. And she said, "I don't drink coffee, but I'm sewing into your business for somebody else." So my encouraging words will be, do it afraid. Don't fake it, but faith it. FAITH, faith it until whatever it is that God has told you to do, it comes to pass. Because the Bible says that He will cause people to pour into your bosom. Even if they don't drink the coffee, I promise you they was sending me money just because they were so excited that I went forth and doing something that they haven't really seen before.
Amazing, 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 amazing. I love it. I love it so much. I'm taking some words from you myself. So what do we have to look forward to with Coffee and Grind? What do you have coming up in the near future, or just, within the year of 2021?
I'm coming out with some teas because I do understand everybody is not a coffee drinker, and I'm fine with that because I'm a tea drinker anyway. So I'm coming out with some teas. I just released mugs last month, so I'm pushing with different mugs. I'm playing with different sayings, and that's it. Really, just I'm focused more so on the teas, some new flavors. I did Southern Pecan Delight for the holidays. That did exceptionally well. Excuse me, well. But I'm not gonna bring that back out into the holidays. So for the summertime, I'm gonna come out with another flavor coffee, and then I want to introduce the teas to the line because I know people just don't do coffee, and I want to incorporate decaf. I haven't incorporated decaf yet, but I definitely want to incorporate decaf into the line.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
And just look for me to be at the stores. I'm trying to get in the grocery stores. When I go grocery shopping, I'll be like, "Oh, look at Coffee and Grind." I speak into the atmosphere. Like, yes. I'm going to be up there. My stuff is going to TJ Maxx, Target is going to be there. So look for my stuff in the grocery stores.
Perfect. Well, let everyone know how they can reach you, how they can get in contact with you, follow you, website, everything. Because let me tell y'all, I was on her website the other day, and I am a lover of all things coffee. I'm a lover of all sayings and statement pieces. Like if I have my cup and I have me a little statement piece or whatever on it, that's me. I love it. So I want everybody to know where they can go to see your merchandise, how they can purchase from you, how they can follow you. Drop all your stuff for me, girl.
Okay, cool. So on my website is coffee spelled with a K, KOFFEE -grind GRND.myshopify.com. And my Instagram is coffee spelled with a K and AND grind. And all of my information also is connected to my social media, and on Facebook and Instagram is spelled the same exact way. Coffee spelled with a K, AND grind.
Well, I thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me. You are more than welcome. Let me tell you, when this pandemic is over, everybody that I have connected with, we are going to get coffee. We hugging. We are embracing each other because this is killing me.
Yes, and me too.
Yes, but we gonna make it do what it do. This is what we've been given, so this is what we're gonna take. But thank you so much again for just taking the time to speak with me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. Nice virtually meeting you.